Hey guys, we are at Smith's Nature Friendly Farms and we made a garden improvement to deal with excess water and I want to share it with you. So one of the complexities about being a gardener is managing your water. It's a lot easier to put it in than it is to take it out. And especially down here in Mississippi, I find it extremely challenging because when the rain falls, it falls in buckets sometimes all at once. So when that happens, you end up with a large amount of water that needs some time to drain. And the way our garden in our yard was set up, it wasn't favorable for water. So I'm going to give you guys a bit of a look at some of the before pictures. These changes and enhancement were done within the last couple of months. We've done this change, but the improvements have been awesome. I'm super pleased with them, and they may not be the prettiest, but they are by far very functional. So one of the challenges with water that we have stems from our house. So we have this beautiful metal roof and no gutter system. Not sure why they wouldn't want to put on gutters, but it is definitely an upgrade we'd like to make in the future. But currently we don't have a gutter system. And instead we have a French drain system that basically runs down the bottom and then flows. There's a piping system that takes it out. I really don't find it works very well because I think the water just comes down so much and so fast from the roof that it overwhelms. So I'm going to show you guys some pictures of how much water can build in here, and also it will build over here underneath this table area and especially in here. So what we have done though now, this is our garden enhancement, we've added a simple ditch to the garden. Like I said, it's not the prettiest thing, it's not the straightest, but it works, and that's all I care about. So even though it's not aesthetically pleasing, it is a very functional drainage system. And I'll show you some really great shots of how this system is pushing a lot of the water out. Now don't get me wrong, we still see some water in this area. So I still will see water come down in here a bit, so I need to work through that. And it will just a little bit overwhelm this area. By far, it has improved the amount of water that it flows towards our house. We see far less water coming towards that point of the house, and I know for a fact that it's working better because we used to actually get quite a wet smell in the house from underneath. There's no basement in our house, so it used to, you could smell the wet dirt. So we actually haven't had that smell since this ditch came into play. So this is really important because what happens is when that water is also in the garden, it is drastically impacting my plants. Okay, so these are my cucumbers, and these are specifically our pickling cucumbers, and if you look at them, they don't look the best. They're kind of yellow. Some of them down here, like flat out, haven't made it. They're not growing as well. And it's all because this area was pooling with water. So just as I've dealt with the water issues at the front, I now need to add a new ditch down this side that will then connect with our drainage system back here. So a big part of garden management is doing your best to get the water out in periods of heavy rainfall, while also keeping it in major periods of drought. The no-dig garden aspect does a good job with the drought part so far, but the heavy rainfall part I am still working on a bit with the additional ditches. So that's a great example how a simple enhancement can do a lot of good for both your home structure as well as your garden. So I'm super thrilled with it. I'm pleased. Like I said, it's not overly pretty, but definitely works exactly what I need it, the way I need it to do. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Be friendly, be kind.